Hello, my name is Vicki Andrews, and I'm from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Like many of you, I'm very worried about the future of our country, indeed, the future of the earth. We are facing serious problems that affect us all and that won't go away by themselves. It will take committed and collaborative action by all of us to bring about the changes we desperately need. Following is a short overview of the American Manifesto, a Declaration of Rights, and a call for united action. A document prepared by members of the Itasca Progressive Caucus with our assessment of the current situation and our thoughts on how we can work together to bring about real change. Please read it, then share it with your family and friends and join us to bring about the change we so desperately need. It's not too late to turn things around, but it's critical that we act now. We live in perilous times. Climate change is seriously disrupting ecosystems. Species extinction is occurring at an alarming rate. Fracking is polluting aquifers and causing strong earthquakes. Pesticides are killing bees and other pollinators needed for our survival. Our soil, water, and air are all seriously polluted. Our cities and communities are now under siege by corporate wealth and power. The earth itself is being destroyed by corporations that are primarily interested in profits and seem oblivious to the future of the planet. Now is the time for we, the people, to stand up, join together, and demand the changes we desperately need. If we stand together, if we work together for the critical changes needed in our country, we cannot fail. We can do it if we face the problems and work together. Over the years, our government has become a plutocracy, a government ruled or controlled by the small minority of the wealthiest elite of its citizens. Truly, money rules and profits are the holy grail of the gospel of wealth. The American dream, once vibrant and alive, now lies buried under the horrendous debris of corporate capitalism. The wealthy are not going to relinquish their power voluntarily. We, the people, will not regain our rights unless we can come together as a mass movement to reclaim them. Remember, government should protect people and regulate corporations, not protect corporations and regulate people. Our document focuses on the rights of people, communities, and nature. In addition to the traditional rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, we believe that people have gender rights, labor rights, education rights, and healthcare rights. We believe that communities of people also have rights, including self-representation and self-determination, free, prior, and informed consent to activities that may harm them or future generations, and environmentally sustainable economies are among the community's rights. And we believe that the rights of nature must be recognized. We believe the earth itself, as well as all who call her home, have the inherent right to exist. All creatures, including humans, have the right to clean and sufficient water, clean air, and food sources. And the rights of individuals, communities, and future generations to a clean and healthy environment are inalienable and cannot be bought or sold. A Native American proverb says, "When the last tree is cut down, the last fish eaten, and the last stream poisoned, we will realize that we cannot eat money." There are many examples of our dysfunctional government. Trade agreements favor the powerful corporations. Police brutality is often directed towards young men of color, while white-collar crime may go unpunished. Our corporate-controlled government often overrules local ordinances. Man-made climate change is ignored and denied by the fossil fuel industries and the legislators indebted to them. Campaign finance laws obligate politicians to the super-rich. A bloated military budget with no accountability has led to illegal and immoral wars and unnecessary civilian and military deaths and maiming. The U.S. military is the single largest institutional polluter and contributor to global warming. Extreme economic inequality allows the upper 1% to control the wealth of the country, while many ordinary citizens go hungry and homeless. 20 billionaires possess more wealth than the entire lower half of the U.S. population, and 60 billionaires possess more wealth than the lower half of the entire world population. The list of inequities goes on and on and on. There are some signs of hope on the horizon. Communities and concerned citizen groups are beginning to come together and fight back against corporate power. Around the country, states and cities have passed local laws and ordinances banning fracking. Local laws have been enacted banning large feedlots and factory farms. And some cities and states have raised the minimum wage. An increasing number of people are now aware of Citizens United, a 2010 Supreme Court decision that made it easier for wealthy special interests, such as corporations, to spend unlimited amounts of money to get political candidates elected. States, cities, and municipalities have sent resolutions to Congress to repeal Citizens United. Some states have passed resolutions to ban Citizens United, and many members of Congress have agreed to adopt campaign financing reform. 21 young people from across the United States, represented by Our Children's Trust, have filed a landmark constitutional climate change lawsuit against the federal government, asserting that the government, by allowing climate change, has fundamentally damaged our home planet to the extent that they have threatened the younger generation's basic constitutional rights to life, liberty, and property. Around the world, protests are being led by young people, as well as indigenous people, against damage being done to the earth. After 40 communities in New York State banned fracking, the state finally did so as well. That's right. New York State actually banned fracking in response to citizens' demands. A political revolution is possible, but it will only happen if we, the people, can come together and demand it. Currently, we are too fragmented in our political concerns and our inability to find common ground upon which to implement such a revolution. We need to find that common ground, and we need to join together for positive change. We need to address the income inequality in our country so all can have the basic necessities. The minimum wage earner, who earns $7.25 an hour, has to work 1/2 hour to purchase a gallon of milk, priced at $3.70. Meanwhile, the median wage earner, who earns $16.57 an hour, has to work 13 minutes for that gallon of milk. And the CEO, who earns over $20,000 an hour, has to work only 1/100th of a second for the gallon of milk. We need to restore political power to the people. We need to stand up now. We all place ourselves in danger to one degree or another when we stand up, but we place our children and grandchildren in even greater danger when we don't. We will not have a democracy, community rights, or a life-sustaining environment if we fail to recognize the seriousness of our predicament and fail to take immediate steps to gain control of our government and our future. We need a massive public outcry demanding the rights of individuals, communities, and nature, and a government committed to the implementation of these rights. We need a revival of grassroots democracy. We need to become better informed and to take responsibility for how we might live in the future. We need to speak up, take this message to our communities, and work together for a future we can all embrace. We ask that you begin by reading our document, available online at www.itascaprogressive.org, and we invite your thoughts and comments, which you can do online. We hope you will then share these concerns with family, friends, and neighbors. Organization is key. We can do so much more working together than we can do alone, and we can do even more working in concert with large groups than we can in isolated communities. We need to build alliances with organizations striving to restore political power to the people and communities and those protecting the rights of nature. Some of the organizations working to restore our rights include Move to Amend and CELDEF, the Community Environmental Legal Defense Fund, which has a new film entitled We the People 2.0 that shows how people around the country have stood up for their rights and the environment and won. Organizations protecting the rights of nature include the Sierra Club, 350.org, Honor the Earth, and the Indigenous Environmental Network, and many more. And check out the LEAP Manifesto from Canada and Democracy Now! News. We need to organize and mobilize, hit the streets, and even be willing to commit civil disobedience and go to jail if need be. We need to work for a future we can all embrace, a future that will be brighter for all who live on planet Earth. The stakes are high. We must reach higher. If not now, when? If not us, who? Together, let's build a better future. Thank you.